Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We are looking at the world's TCG ban list and checking out what decks are going to be playable. If you guys didn't know, a lot of OTSs will be running a tournament this weekend and next week to celebrate Worlds, and sometimes they will do a format where you use the world ban list. And so that's what we're going to be looking through here. I haven't looked through this yet, and disclaimer, I'm not a pro, so you should take everything I say with a grain of salt. But we're going to go through the ban list here. I have it on the left, and then we're going to write down decks that are mentioned on here, and then the hits that they will have, and then whether they are playable or not. And so let's get started. We're going to start with... looking over here, we got a couple. These are cards that are forbidden. This first section is pretty much things that have been released in either the TCG or the OCG, but not both. And so a lot of these cards are going to be cut out from the world's ban list just because not either side is going to have access to them. And then cards released after August 1st, or Battles of Legend, Monster Mayhem, are also not permitted. So this does not include Justice Hunters. So Justice Hunters, I believe, is live. So those will probably be some decks to be reckoned with here. So we're going to start here. We got Necroquip Princess. So we're just going to put, maybe we'll change this to like decks and engines. Formatting here is kind of weird. Let's go here. This needs to just flip around. There we go. One thing about me, I do love a good spreadsheet. So, and spreading sheets. Ayo. So Necroquip Princess is out. So we're going to write down Fiendsmith here. And hits, we have Princess. And then the next one, we're going to keep coming down. We got Zapper Shrimp. So that is something that I believe is played in White Forest. So we'll put White Forest. We'll put Zapper Shrimp. Because I think the level 8 synchro summons it out. And then Zapper Shrimp just lets you quick synchro on your opponent's turn. Fiendsmith. Let's see. Aerial Eater. We'll also put U-Bell down here. Because that kind of sits under that too. So right. Aerial Eater. We'll come up here and see if I can edit this. Eater. Those are forbidden. And then we got Mimighoul. That is a TCG exclusive. I know that for sure. So I'm just going to put everything. And so this is not playable. I'm just going to write dead. Good, because that deck sucks. Not that you would ever bring that to Worlds. And I've got a bunch of other things. I believe this is just insect stuff. You can tell because of the title says insects. So I don't know what deck that's played in. So we'll just keep going. You got QQ Enneagon. I know that's kind of used in like that one deck that came out in Crossover Breakers. Yugioh. That one's dead. You got Mimighoul, so everything's hit there. We got some other stuff, some TCG exclusives, Minimalian. I guess that's technically a Malice hit, but nobody plays that because it's bad. Sorry, Brendan. Ripplebird. Alright, Mitsurugi. So that's going to make things pretty interesting. That the OCG isn't going to have to deal with that at Worlds, because that would be a pretty big competitor, I think. I had a kid recently, and so I was out of the game during that Mitsurugi format, so I really don't know what any of that does, except for the one that makes you discard to like have an effect done. So that's hit there. We're gonna change this formatting because this is kind of bothering me. We're going to make make this so it rotates around. Alright. Next up, so that's Mitsurugi, and then it looks like Odeon's also out. There's a channel, I think it's UTY, or Team UTY or whatever. His name's Bruno, he's a local guy. He played this deck and was pretty crazy with it. And I think he won a he definitely won a locals, but I think he won a regional out in Hawaii, or like topped with it. So Odeon is dead, can't play that. Vingolf's Blessing, that was a common that came out. It has interesting synergy. You can run Ryziel and Voice's Voice, and this is kind of something that will bridge the two. Somehow, I have to read the card again, but I know that was a pretty cool synergy. Oh man, fishes. That's too bad. Anyways, Replicard Lad. I know that's like a Kashtira Cyberse bridge thing. More Mitsurugi stuff. The branded card that nobody's gonna play because it's not good. Fabled stuff. I just don't think that Fabled is that good, mainly because I've never heard of it. You got the Jirac stuff. So Gem Knight, I know we'll put Gem Knight on there just because they topped a YCS, and so we'll put Monster Mayhem support. So we'll put mostly dead. Fortunately for you, your friend's only mostly dead. Necross stuff, Scrap Garage. These are all things that I haven't ever seen before. The DDD stuff, Crowley. Okay, so that's going to be a Magistus. I know that's something that they're playing in Draco Tail. So we'll put Monster Mayhem support. So that's mostly the engine. Also Dragon Maid. I know that's another one that... I know the OCG plays that. They run Dragon Maid... Spoon or no, wait, that's Magistus, but Dragon Maid is also is something that's played in the OCG, and I think they actually play Dragon Maid stuff here too, but that's going to be out. Oh, that's too much. We have some Orca stuff, so we'll put Monster Mayhem. I just don't think that without the monster stuff it's playable, but I'm not an Orcus guy either. I guess we'll put Punk down there as well. Monster Mate. It's nice that it just auto-fills in. Dead. I don't know why that scrolled up so fast. Alright. Moving on. Some ritual support there is also out. RB face is everything, because that was a TCG exclusive, and that is dead. DED, dead. Oh no, Yugioh Friendship. That's so sad. A bunch of the Anotherverse stuff. Okay, so moving on to things that both games have, TCG and OCG. We got Yugioh. I know that is, we'll just put, what's her face? The Shizu tier stuff. Why isn't this clicking? There we go. We'll just put a Shizu tier, because I'm pretty sure you play one and the other if it's all available. So we'll put Yugioh. I wouldn't say tier is dead. I wish it was. I hate that deck. But I don't know what it does in the TCG. We'll keep going down. Artifact Scythe, I heard, is just a way to make Baron. I listened to that in a video today. We got Barrier Statue, so Flu gets hit. Not that you would play Flu with Lancia floating around. We'll put Barrier Statue. Not good. But who knows? Maybe somebody will bring Flu. It'd be crazy. Do an M-Pin lock. on live television. Going down, Blackwing, Gofu, no one really plays this stuff. Cyberstein, Dandelion, that's old. Again, like I said, I'm not like the pro at this, so I'm just going to walk you guys through it. So, going down to Gimmick Puppet. Gimmick Puppet was huge for Branded. I think Branded is still pretty good. I feel like Branded Draco Tail could be something. Going down, Grinder Golem, that's not a thing. Cash Tira. That's a cash. So Fenrir being forbidden is huge. So that is right. This is forbidden. I'm pretty sure this is forbidden. Yeah, this is still under the forbidden side. So I feel like with Fenrir being dead, even if you had access to like a Rise Heart and stuff like that, you're still not going to be able to get into it. So we're going to put dead even as an engine too. We got Kelbeck. This goes here. Maxi. That's pretty much, that would be played in everything. Substitute. Super Heavy Samurai. I don't know if that is a thing. If Soulbreaker armor would be played, or is played in somewhere. But I know it did get hit. Or it did top a regional, or a YCS or something, or the UK Open. That's that. Fiendsmith's got Lacrima hit, which isn't huge, which isn't terrible. But I mean, with the new time rules, maybe it could be a thing. Scrolling down, let's go to Shizu tier. I should just alphabetize this to make it easier. But we got Kit Kalos, Baron, and Borreload are pretty big hits, so that would hit things like Dragon Link and stuff like that. And then you got Hot Red, Dragon Archfiend, King Calamity. We'll put that as a Centurion thing. Centurion. We're just gonna write King Calamity. So it's still playable, I'd say. Going down, let's see. Let's throw Ryziel on here, because Abyss Dweller does count as a Ryziel hit. Well, we'll just write Dweller. I know what that means. Dweller, Bahamut Shark, I guess, is a thing. Was also a hit, because they would do the Shark engine and go Bahamut Shark and then Toad. Kashtira, a Rise Heart, is dead. So that's a thing. Let's see, we'll put down Canine, because we got Paradise. Still workable as an engine. Not terrible. Toad is dead, so that hits. That's a Sprite thing, but I don't think anybody's gonna bring Sprite to Worlds here. Coming down some more. You got Zodiac Trident. Nobody's played that for a while, I feel like. Apo is a hit to Malice. We'll put Malice on here too. Malice. Apo. Still playable. Hulk, that's tuner stuff. Electromite, that's pendulum stuff. Isolde is, I don't know, Makonko, Rescue Ace stuff. Malice, we'll put Griffin on here too. I remember playing Griffin right when Malice came out, and that was huge, and then everybody else started playing with it. Let's see, we got Griffin. We got Link Decoder, which is sad. Link Karibo is a Snake Eye thing. Should we put Snake Eye in here? I don't think Snake Eyes is playable because OSS is out. Rip. We'll put Link Karibo here. We got Meow Moo. Predaplant is huge for, you know, anybody who can just make a Link 2 and then go into Dragoon. Sprite Elf, Summon Sorceress. Nobody's really playing stuff like that. Cold Wave, Dimension Fusion, blah blah blah. Giant Trunade, Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm. That'd be so sick for that to come back. That'd be wild. Blah blah blah. Last Will, Mass Driver, Metamorphosis, Mystic Mine, OSS. Rip to all my rogue decks that have a level 1 fire, like Rescue Ace. Free OSS. I stand by that. We got Pot of Greed. What does Pot of Greed do? If you know what it does, leave it in the comments. Branded Expulsion. I once picked up Branded back when I first started. And who was it? There's a YouTuber that was talking about using Branded Expulsion with ninjas. And so I had ninjas. That was the deck I was playing, and then I picked up Branded thinking that I could use Expulsion, and then I asked somebody on Facebook in the Utah Yugioh group, and they're like, Expulsion's banned, bro. I was like, oh, my bad. They're like, oh, I thought you were cooking something crazy. I'm like, sure was. Exodia Limited. Let's go to Millennium. Millennium has 2 N's in it. Let's see. We'll just write Exodia stuff. Limit. LOL. Protos is at 1. So that's going to be, let's see, what plays Protos? Ritual Beast plays it. I guess just the forbidden stuff is going to be the bigger stuff that's going to matter. So it seems like all of the good Bestials are hit, right? So Magnemut's at 1, Juice Worm, Baldrake, Sarnir's at 3, so that's pretty good. Let's see, we'll put Bestial. Let's see, good Bestials are at 1, and then let's see, Malice also benefits from that, so we'll put Bestials. Bestial. We'll put L. L for limit. Black Witch is hit here, so we're gonna put that in with White Forest, because I believe they run that, or like the Azamina stuff. D Bellstar. L. Shifter. That is going to be a Malice hit, because Malice can play it. They shouldn't, but they do. Shifter. L. And then Exodia we already had. Extravizial is at 1. That's crazy. They hit that deck hard, I feel like, in the OCG. X to 1. Unicorn's at 1. Okay, yeah. So Kashtira is definitely dead. Unicorn is at 1. Definitely dead. Engraver is at 1. Really? Engraver. L. Herald of the Orange Light is at 1. That's a voiceless hit. Keldo. Let's see, where is this? Keldo's not bad, I don't think. I think that's just one of the shufflers, right? Keldo's at 1. Dormouse is at 1. So Malice, I mean, I guess you could just play like 3 Signet Mining, right? Dormouse. L. Where are we at? Dormouse is at 1. Masterpiece is at 1. Circular's at 1. Miscellaneousaurus. Okay. Let's go to this guy. Who else is there? It's Medora. So this is also, I think that's the other shuffler. Sci-Frame Gear Gamma is at 1. Snake Eyes, oh, they're still at 1 in the OCG. RIP. Free my boy Ash. And OSS. Ash Pop at 1. And then we got Sprite Blue is at 1. Yeah, so Sprite's definitely not going to be around. Super Heavy Samurai, Soul Piercer. I don't know what that does. I got a friend named Cayman. You should check out his channel. He plays a Super Heavy Samurai package in his Millennium deck. Sword Ryziel, man. So Ryziel is not going to be making an appearance at Worlds, I don't think. Sword L. Tier. All of their names. Havness, Cash, Merly. Wow, dang. That is a lot of things. So a bunch of their names have been hit. And Kashtira as well. We'll put tier. Because I know that's one that most cash lists don't or play, maybe like one. Just as like an extra name, but. And then Lubellion's also limited. You got Griffin Rider is also limited. Phantom is at 1. That's pretty big. Actually, Phantom at 1. Just because I feel like you need you would want multiple, and that's because there's not really a solid way to recycle it except for I think Nightmare Throne can recycle it. Dragoon is at 1, but everybody plays it at 1 anyways. Omega is also at 1. Daigusto is at 1. Detonator's at 1. Yeah, so I feel like Ryziel is just gonna be too fragile to really doing anything here. Detonator. SP Little Knight. Oh, sad. Striker Dragon. Is that 1? I thought it was at 2 in the OCG. Oh, it's at 1 here. That's why. So yeah, the TCG or the combined ban list, it's just basically what has been hit the hardest between the two lists. So like Allure of Darkness is at 3 in the TCG, but it's at 1 in the OCG because Malice abused the heck out of it. And so they just take the harsher limit. We got Bonfire is at 1, so that's going to hit Ryziel. It's going to hit Centurion. And that's going to hit Snake Eye. Branded Fusion is at 1, which is okay. I mean, I feel like TCG's been doing fine with that. There's just so many ways to get into it. Called by Card Destruction. That's fine. Change of Heart, Chaos Space. That's a Dragon Link thing. Cross Out. Emergency Rescue Ace. I love Rescue Ace so much. It's one of my favorite decks of all time. Emergency L. Triple L. Quadruple L. We got Fiendsmith's Tract. Tract is at 1? That's crazy. Final Countdown. Gold Sark. Gold Sark is at 1. That's going to be a Malice hit. Malice. Gold Sark is at 1. Keep going down. Instant Fusion. Monster Gate, Monster Reborn, 1-for-1. Prosperity. Wraith Soth. Oof. Yeah. Definitely feel like Kashtira is just not going to be a thing. Just write field spell. Rhoda, Runic. Oh, sad. Oh, Tenpai. Let's put Tenpai on here. Tenpai. Let's see. Spells. Alright, 1. That's gonna be a pretty big, significant hit, just because they're not gonna be able to get into it. But I don't remember seeing any of their names on here. Alright, let's see, what is it? Tenpai Dragon Chandra? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Let's see. Let's edit. Because my computer's just slowing down. Chandra spells. So that's not going to be very viable, I don't think. Where are we at here? Runic Fountain, Set Rotation, Hornet Drones, Snatch Steel, Sprite Starter, Terraforming Grass, Wanted. Wanted is a White Forest hit. Anti-spell, goes in, skill drain, all of the floodgates. So that's kind of nice that way. Talent being at 1 still makes sense. Let's see, semi-limited. All right, so we're gonna go down to Ryziel here. Ice him. Ice is at semi, and then White Rabbit is also at a semi. Rabbit is semi. Sprite, yeah, Sprite's not Sprite's not gonna do anything. Sharvara is at 2, which is actually pretty good for like the Yubel stuff. But I feel like with just 1 Phantom, that's not gonna be enough. Sharva is semi. Sprite Jet, Wyver Burster, that's Dragon Link stuff, but nobody's touching Dragon Link right now. Emergency Teleport, Foolish Burial, Lightning Storm, Malice, and Underground is semi-limited. Because that is that's a TCG thing. Where's Malice? There it is. Let's see. Field, semi-limited. I don't know why this isn't flipping around too. It's annoying. Come on. Alright, there's that. Desires Extra, Pearly. LOL. Sure, we'll put Pearly on here. Maybe if I could spell. Pearly, we got Delicious. At semi, Sleepy. Semi as well. Okay. So, we got a bunch of these things here. Let's do this. Can we alphabetize? Data sort range. I call them A. Except for this one. Move this one back up. Alright, let's talk. So we got Branded here. I think Branded is playable. Gimmick Puppet, that's fine. Expulsion's not a big deal. Good Bestials. I mean, really, it's just you really most lists I feel like just play one Lubellion and 1 Saronir, but maybe they'll bump up the Bestial package if they're running like the high spirits. So I'd say, yeah, it's playable. I'd say it's I'd consider it. I feel like contender. Centurion, not really hit by anything. Let's just start with playable. How about that? Playable. We'll put yes. Centurion is also playable. Dragon Maid, no. Fiendsmith. Engraver at 1. Tracked at 1. Lacrima. That's the Fusion Lacrima though. Eater, Princess. Princess, it keeps you off of the Wave High King Caesar. You could still go Moon into stuff. So we can say Moon Engine is a yes. Yes. We'll change this to Fiendsmith. Because Fiendsmith with Moon, you really just need 2 bodies, and then you go into the 2 bodies into Moon, into Requiem, summons out Lacrima sends your Engraver anyways, Engraver shuffles back the thing. So you'd have to, you're still going into the Desiree line, because you're not really able to get into Wave King. So we'll put Desiree and board as that being playable. Flu is good, or Flu is playable. We'll put yes. Gem Knight, no. I think you could play, what is it? I think one of these, the Ishizu cards, is playable because you can at least use it as a material and then summon into one of the bodies, since none of the bodies are really banned. K9 as an engine is good, yes. Paradise is not that big a deal. You can still go into like the Valen, or you can do the Durendal lock if you want to cheese something out. Kashtira is not playable, not even as an engine, right? Because what Fenrir's gone, Arise Heart's gone, Unicorn is limited, so you go, and even the field spell. So I don't think it's playable at all. Magistus, we're gonna write no, even as an engine. Malice, Apple Griffin, Decoder don't really matter. Bestials at 1. I mean, you probably just play one of each anyways. Shifter at 1. That's a big hit, but that's not too bad. Consistency wise, right? You got Dormouse at 1, Allure, and Goldsark. Goldsark's at 1 anyways. Rabbit at 2. So your starters are Dormouse, 2 Rabbit, 2 Field Spell. That's 5. Plus a Goldsark. That's 6. That's pretty significant. Is it still playable? I don't know. Yeah, it's weak. We'll come back. Exodia, not hit by anything except for like the Fiendsmith stuff, I guess. Mimighoul is no. Mitsu is no. Odeon is no. Orcus is no. Punk is no. Pearly is yes. RB is no. Rescue Ace is Emergency at 1. It's not terrible. I guess it's still technically playable, because Airlifter's at 3. But it's still pretty weak. I don't think that I would bring Rescue Ace. Ryziel, on the other hand, here. Come on. Flip around. We got... Okay, those are... X is at 1. Sword is at 1. Bonfire is at 1. Ice is at 2. That's 5 starters. I guess you can play like the 7th Tachyon stuff. So let's just say, was it probably 3 Tachyon, 2 Ascension. That's 10. You could. I guess you could play it. It's just super weak. Star and Node. I should just play a bunch of stars and a bunch of nodes. We'll put yes. It's still technically playable, I guess. But super weak. You would be... I guess you could technically play like Prosperity or something and try to dig for something and just send off some of your other names, but I don't know if it's worth it. Super Heavy Samurai, we're just going to put no, because I've never seen that before. I've only seen it once. Snake Eye. OSS is dead, so definitely not. So Tenpai. Is Tenpai really not that hit? Let's see. Control F. Let's see. Is Pydra on here? Pydra's not. Fadra. Chandra. Chandra's limited. So limited 1. Alright, this is unlimited. Limited spells, limited. You could probably cheese it out with like striker stuff. I don't think the Sky Striker stuff is limited. Alright. Striker Dragon, Mecha Drones. Yeah, so you could do like a Ghost Second thing. We'll just put we'll put yes. Let's do it. Bring back Tenpai. White Forest, Zapper Shrimp, Diabellstar at 1, Wanted at 1. Do they even use that line that much? I guess they probably, I think they use it as a starter. So I'd say White Forest is still playable. Ubel, Phantom at 1, Sharvar at 2, Aerial Eater cuts off like your Fiendsmith engine. I'm gonna just put no probably. I don't feel like it'd be consistent or strong enough. Just because I feel like the Fiendsmith stuff brings a lot of value. Alright. So now we can come here and sort this sheet. Sort the range by column A through Z. And then what we can do here is... That just changed everything. Control Z. Let's see. We need to go all the way here. Data, sort range by column C. Sort. Alright. Now what we can do from here is take all these no's and get rid of them. Or I guess we can just play like this. Alright. So these are things, they're just going to take flu out. Can we hide? Great. Hide. If you play flu, you should probably hide. Pearly doesn't really have any hits. Rise or Rescue Ace is just too weak, I think. Well, let's go through this. We got... Let's hide these, actually. I changed my mind. We have the technology. Hide roads 1 through 4. Great. So now what we can do, let's lock this here. View, freeze, 1 column. That way we can come over here. Alright, so we got branded. Let's write considerations. Let's see, can we just copy this column? Will that take the formatting over? That'd be so sick. Paste. Okay. Considerations. Alright, let's come over here. And then we can go considerations. You can run it in Draco Tail. You can run that engine, which would be crazy. Centurion, I feel like nobody's gonna see it coming. I feel like it's pretty strong. Rise Seal is out, so you're not worried about pops and stuff, but playing into let's see. You deal with a bunch of Book of Moon and bounces from Yummy. But it just feels too fair to play, really. Fiendsmith, Moon, Engine. So I feel like any deck that has 2 extra bodies can just go straight into it. But I feel like you wouldn't run it in Yummy because I feel like you just usually start off with an engraver stuff. You're never really sacrificing 2 bodies. I don't feel like it's just worth that. But I guess you could. K9 is in Vanquished Soul. Not a single Vanquished Soul hit. Malice. Bricky as heck. Just because you're playing... what do we say? 1 Dormouse. 1 Gold Sark. 2 Rabbit. And 2 Field Spells. So that's 7. 7 things. Technically, you could play more. You'd have to put in engine to search. I think you could still play Malice. I would probably bring Malice. I really like that deck a lot. Millennium, I don't know it that well. I guess you could run it as an engine. Engine, let's see, Fiendsmith engine. Yes. Oh, I guess you could. You could do the Master Duel stuff, right? And go 2 Millennium, or go the Millennium stuff. What is it? Golem, add the Ursengenjin, add Golem. Golem, summon out. Add Wedju, put 2 things down, and then go into... yeah, that could work. Alright, Master Duel stuff. Master Duel engine. Take lose 4,000 life points, but could be worth it. Pearly could be a contender too. Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace is too weak. Just because everything, you just don't have enough consistency. You have three airlifter, but you don't have really anyways. Technically 4 airlifters, I guess. But there's not really a way to increase your starters. You can play Prosperity and stuff like that. But you're not... you could... let's see. What do you got over here? X is at 1? Yeah, X is at 1, because that would be your like ideal starter, right? You do X, send something, summon it out, add sword, special sword, and then go into your boxer. You're battling boxer Dempsey guy. I just feel like it's inconsistent. Ryziel is too inconsistent. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're not playing Mitsu Ryziel. I guess you could probably do like the onomatopoeia stuff. Right? Because that came out in Duelist Advanced. So you can run onomatopoeia and stuff, but it just would be not as consistent. I don't know anything about that part, but we'll write Onomat. Tenpai. Maybe go second striker. I mean, you could also run, no, Fiendsmith's not good enough. White Forest. Just get cooked by Droll. Because I feel like with Dia Bellstar and Wanted, well, I guess you have your Sylvie. You're not really like Dia Bellstar and stuff. That could be playable. Sure. That's right, sure. And then let's talk about some of the new decks too. We have... what do we have? We got Yummy. I'm almost certain that Justice Hunters is live for Worlds. Should we show the Carfax? Let's see. Justice Hunters legal for Worlds. Oh, look. I definitely typed that. Lies regarding Chief Justice Hunter. You should check that out. Alright, well that did nothing for us. Let's just pretend. With these 2 decks being like full powered and not having Mitsu Ryziel in the mix, I feel like these are probably what you're going to be taking. What you would want to take to Worlds. A couple other road considerations. I would probably put Voiceless Voice as a thing too. Mainly because I'm a Voiceless Voice stan. I love that deck. But yeah. So if I was to go to Worlds, I would probably bring Yummy, because that's just the deck that I'm most familiar with. Malice would be a close second just because I've played that for a while, but it just feels like it'd be too inconsistent, right? Because you could run extra, whatever that's called. The AI meets you. You have your Adignister stuff too, so that could be helpful. But well, let me know what you guys think on what you would bring to Worlds if you were going, or if you are going to Worlds. Let me know what you're bringing, and then I can leak it. Just kidding. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.